Stop making excuses about your height or the balance in your bank account. If you are struggling with women, it is not because you lack a Ferrari, it is because you lack a presence. You walk into a room like you are asking for permission to exist. You talk to women like you are interviewing for a job you know you are not qualified for. This ends today. We are going to strip away the delusions and look at the raw behavioral mechanics of attraction. Most men believe attraction is a visual calculation. They think if they hit the gym enough or buy the right watch, the doors of desire will swing open. But for women, attraction is an emotional response triggered by specific behavioral cues. It is about how you move, how you speak, and how you handle the pressure of the world. If your behavior is weak, no amount of muscle will save you. If your energy is desperate, no amount of money will hide it. We are going to dive into the 7 core behavioral triggers that make a man magnetic. These are not tricks. They are shifts in your fundamental operating system. The first thing you need to understand is emotional containment. Most men are emotional volcanoes or emotional voids. Neither is attractive. An emotional volcano explodes over small inconveniences. If the waiter gets the order wrong or traffic is heavy, he loses his cool. This tells a woman that he cannot handle the weight of the world. If he cannot handle a cold steak, how can he handle a real crisis? On the other hand, the emotional void is a robot. He is terrified of showing any feeling, so he becomes boring. True behavioral masculinity is being the anchor. Imagine a storm at sea. The waves are crashing, the wind is howling, and the water is chaotic. The woman is the ship, moving with the tide of her emotions. You are the anchor. You are the fixed point that does not move regardless of the weather. When you remain calm while she is stressed, you create a vacuum of safety that she instinctively wants to fill. I once saw a man at a crowded bar get his drink spilled on his expensive shirt by a drunk guy. Instead of flaring up or making a scene, he simply looked at the man, gave a small amused smile, and went back to his conversation. That lack of reaction was the most high-status thing he could have done. He showed that his internal state is not for sale. He is the master of his own environment. Women notice this instantly. They are constantly testing to see if you are a man they can lean on or a boy who will crumble. Stop reacting to every stimulus. Stop being so easily bothered. The second trigger is the burden of leadership. One of the most common complaints I hear from women is that men have become indecisive. They ask, "Where do you want to eat?" Or, "What do you want to do tonight?" thinking they are being polite. In reality, they are being lazy. They are offloading the mental labor of decision-making onto her. A woman spends her entire day making decisions, managing her life and navigating social complexities. When she is with a man, she wants to vacate the driver's seat. She wants to be led. Leadership does not mean being a tyrant. It means being a navigator. It means having a plan. When you say, "I am picking you up at 8, wear something nice, we are going to a place I think you will love," you are providing value. You are removing her stress. You are showing that you are a man of action. This applies to your life as well. Are you a man with a vision, or are you just drifting? A man who knows where he is going is a man worth following. If you do not have a mission, you are just a passenger in your own life, and no woman wants to ride with a passenger. The third trigger is the scarcity of your attention. We live in a world of infinite validation. Most men are constantly liking photos, sending DMs, and chasing every pretty face that crosses their path. This signals that your attention is cheap, and if your attention is cheap, it has no value. A high-value man is selective. He does not give his focus to everyone. He has standards that go beyond physical beauty. When you are with a woman, be fully present. Put the phone away. Look her in the eyes. Listen to the subtext of what she is saying. But when you are not with her, be busy. Be building your empire. Be in the gym. Be with your friends. Do not be the guy who responds to a text in 3 seconds every single time. It is not about playing games. It is about having a life that is actually interesting. If you are always available, you are telling her that nothing in your life is more important than her. That is a terrifying amount of pressure to put on a woman. It makes you look like a fan, not a partner. Become the prize. Make her wonder where you are and what you are doing. That mystery is the fuel of attraction. The fourth trigger is physical competence. I am not talking about having a six-pack, though being in shape helps. I am talking about the way you occupy space. Watch most men in public. They slouch, they look down at their phones, they try to make themselves small so they do not bother anyone. This is the body language of a prey animal. A masculine man occupies his space with authority. His shoulders are back, his chin is level, and his movements are slow and deliberate. Fast movements signal anxiety. Slow movements signal power. Think of a lion. A lion does not rush. A lion does not fidget. Everything he does is intentional. When you speak, speak from your diaphragm, not your throat. Let your voice carry weight. Stop using filler words like or like. They make you sound unsure of yourself. If you are not sure of what you are saying, why should she be? Physical competence also means knowing how to handle yourself. Whether it is knowing how to fix a flat tire or having basic combat training, there is an aura that surrounds a man who knows he can handle a physical situation. It is not about looking for a fight. It is about the quiet confidence that comes from knowing you are not a victim. Women can sense that. It is a primal trigger that predates modern society. They want to know that if the world goes dark, you are the one who knows how to find the light. The fifth trigger is social intelligence and environmental awareness. A man who can navigate a room is a man who can navigate life. Do you know how to talk to the bartender? Can you make the elderly lady at the grocery store smile? Do you notice when the woman you are with is feeling uncomfortable before she even says it? High social IQ is the ultimate aphrodisiac. It shows that you are observant and empathetic without being weak. Most men are so caught up in their own heads, worrying about how they look or what they are going to say next, that they miss 90% of the social cues happening around them. Stop being the main character in your head and start being the director of the scene. Notice the small things. Compliment her on a choice she made, not just her looks. Say, "I love the way you handled that situation," or "You have a very sharp way of looking at things." This shows you are paying attention to who she is, not just what she provides. The sixth trigger is the power of no. Most men are terrified of disagreeing with a woman they find attractive. They think if they agree with everything she says, she will like them more. The opposite is true. A man who has no boundaries is a man who has no self-respect. If she says something you disagree with, say it. If she disrespects your time, call her out on it. You do not have to be mean, but you must be firm. A woman wants to know that you have a backbone. She wants to know that you cannot be easily manipulated. If she can push you around, she knows that the rest of the world can push you around too. And she cannot feel safe with a man who can be bullied. Setting boundaries actually increases attraction because it shows you value yourself more than you value her approval. The seventh and final trigger is the pursuit of excellence. A man who is satisfied with mediocrity is inherently unattractive. You should always be pushing the needle forward. Whether it is your career, your hobbies, or your personal development, you must be in a state of constant growth. Women are drawn to the heat of a man's ambition. They want to be part of a winning team. If you are just clocking in and clocking out, playing video games all night, and complaining about the government, you are stagnant. Stagnation is death to desire. You do not need to be at the top of the mountain yet, but you must be climbing. The sweat on your brow from hard work is more attractive than any cologne. When a woman sees you working towards something greater than yourself, it gives her a sense of purpose by association. It makes her want to support you and be the soft place for you to land after the battle. These 7 triggers are the foundation of behavioral masculinity. They are about shifting from a mindset of seeking to a mindset of providing. Stop asking what you can get from a woman and start asking who you need to become to be the kind of man that women naturally gravitate toward. It is a long road. It requires discipline. It requires you to look in the mirror and be honest about where you are failing. But the reward is a life of abundance, not just in dating, but in every interaction you have. People will treat you differently. The world will open up for you. You will no longer be a ghost in the machine. You will be the one turning the gears. Start today. Stand up straighter. Make a decision. Handle your business. Stop caring so much about what people think and start caring about the man you are becoming. This is not about being a jerk or being toxic. It is about being a man of substance. It is about reclaiming the grounded, decisive, and protective energy that has been stripped away by a soft society. When you step into that power, you do not have to chase anymore. The world comes to you. You become the lighthouse, and the ships find their way to you naturally. This is the hidden reality of attraction. It is not about the face. It is about the soul and the strength behind it. Now, go out there and lead. Stop waiting for a sign. You are the sign. If you have been living your life on the sidelines, it is time to get in the game. Look at your habits. Are they the habits of a king or a peasant? Look at your speech. Is it the speech of a leader or a follower? Every moment is an opportunity to reinforce your new identity. When you feel that urge to complain, shut your mouth. When you feel that urge to seek validation, pull back. When you feel that urge to be lazy, move. The path to becoming an attractive man is paved with the things you do not want to do. It is paved with early mornings, difficult conversations, and the rejection of comfort. But on the other side of that struggle is a version of you that is unrecognizable, a version of you that commands respect without saying a word. That is the goal. That is the standard. Do not settle for anything less. Your future self is counting on you to make the hard choices today. Do not let him down. This conversation about behavioral triggers is only the beginning. It is the map, but you are the one who has to walk the trail. You cannot just watch this and feel good for 5 minutes and then go back to your old ways. You have to integrate this into your very marrow. You have to become the man who does these things instinctively. It starts with awareness. Start noticing when you are being reactive. Start noticing when you are being indecisive. Correct it in real time. If you catch yourself asking for her opinion on something you should have decided, stop, pivot, and make the call. If you catch yourself slouching, pull your shoulders back. It will feel fake at first. It will feel like you are wearing a suit that does not fit. But eventually, the suit will become your skin. You will find that women react to you differently before you even open your mouth. They will sense the change in your frequency. They will see that you are no longer a man who is looking for a way in, but a man who is already there. That is the shift from being a pursuer to being a presence. And that presence is the most powerful tool you have in your arsenal. Use it wisely. Build a life that you are proud of, and the right people will want to be part of it. This is the law of the universe. Like attracts like, and strength attracts beauty. Be strong in your mind, be strong in your body, and be strong in your spirit. The rest will take care of itself. I am telling you this because I have seen it work for thousands of men who thought they were hopeless. They were not hopeless. They were just uncalibrated. Once they found their true north, everything changed. It will change for you too. But you have to do the work. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you the life of your dreams. You have to take it. You have to build it, brick by brick, with your own hands and your own will. That is the essence of masculinity. That is the heart of attraction. It is the willingness to stand alone until you are the one everyone wants to stand with. Keep your head up, keep your heart guarded, and keep your mission first. Everything else is just noise. Focus on the signal. The signal is your growth. The signal is your excellence. Let that be the only thing that matters. When you do that, the world becomes a very different place. You will see opportunities where you used to see obstacles. You will see beauty where you used to see boredom. You will see a version of yourself that you actually respect. And when you respect yourself, the whole world has no choice but to follow suit. This is the tough love you needed to hear. Now take this energy and go change your reality. Do not just listen. Act. The time for talking is over. The time for being the man you were meant to be is now. Do not waste another second in the shadows. Step into the light and let them see who you really are. A man of action, a man of purpose, and a man of power. That is the only way to live. Anything else is just existing, and you were made for more than that. So prove it. Prove it to yourself first, and the rest of the world will eventually get the memo. This journey of transformation is not a sprint. It is a marathon. You will have days where you slip back into old patterns. You will have moments of doubt. That is part of the process. The difference between a man who succeeds and a man who fails is what he does in those moments. Does he fold? Does he go back to his old comforts? Or does he grit his teeth, stand back up, and recenter himself? True behavioral strength is forged in the fire of failure. Every time you catch yourself being weak and you choose to be strong instead, you are rewiring your brain. You are building the masculine muscle. It gets easier over time. The things that used to scare you will start to amuse you. The women who used to seem out of your league will start to seem like peers. This is because your internal value is finally matching your external actions. You are no longer faking it. You are it. This authenticity is what women are truly looking for. They can smell a pickup artist from a mile away. They can tell when a guy is using a script, but they cannot argue with a man who is genuinely grounded in his own reality. When you speak from a place of truth, your words have a different resonance. They have a weight that cuts through the noise of modern dating. People will start to seek your advice. Men will want to be around you to absorb your energy. Women will feel a magnetic pull that they cannot quite explain. They will say things like, "There is just something about him." That something is the alignment of your behavior with your biology. It is the most natural thing in the world, yet it has become so rare in our current age. By simply doing these 7 things, you are putting yourself in the top 1% of men. You are becoming a rare commodity. And in any market, rarity equals value. Do not be like the rest. Do not be common. Be the exception. Be the man who takes responsibility for his own attraction. Be the man who doesn't wait for permission to lead. Be the man who understands that his greatest asset is not what he has, but who he is. This is the path to true freedom. Freedom from the need for validation. Freedom from the fear of rejection. Freedom from the frustration of being overlooked. When you are the source of your own value, you are invincible. No one can take it away from you because no one gave it to you. You earned it. You built it. You own it. And that, my friend, is the ultimate behavioral trigger. It is the pinnacle of masculinity. It is the end of the search and the beginning of the life you were always meant to lead. Go out and live it. Every day is a chance to sharpen the blade. Do not let the blade go dull. Stay sharp, stay focused, and stay dangerous in the best way possible. The world is waiting for you to show up. So show up and show out. You have the tools. You have the knowledge. Now you have the responsibility. No more excuses. No more what-ifs. Just results. This is the blueprint. Follow it to the letter and watch your life transform before your very eyes. You are capable of so much more than you have been settling for. It is time to demand more from yourself. It is time to be the man you know you can be. No more playing small. It is time to go big. It is time to be legendary in your own life. This is your wake-up call. The alarm is ringing. Are you going to hit snooze? Or are you going to get out of bed and conquer the day? The choice is yours. Choose wisely.